Simon Says, you're out again. He is not good. Now, here we go. Simon Says, hands down. Here we go. You ready? Simon Says up, Simon Says down, Simon Says up, Simon Says down, Simon Says lean forward. Simon Says stand up straight. Hands up, you're out. Simon Says hands up, hands down, you're out, you're out, you're out. Simon Says hands down. Faster, hands up, and you're out. You're out, you're out, you're out, you're out. Yeah, what are you doing? Go. Yeah, don't cheat. Simon Says run, Simon Says stop. Hands up, Simon Says hands up. Wave it around. If you're waving, you're out. Go. Here we go. Simon Says hands down. Everyone come a little bit closer, please. A little bit closer. You're out. Go. Here. I can't help it, they don't listen. Simon Says move down. Simon Says move down. Simon Says stop. Simon Says put up your left hand. Yeah. Shame on you, go. Yeah, that's right. You had a 50-50 chance. Simon Says wave it. Simon Says stop. Both hands up, both hands up. Simon Says both hands up. Wave it around, wave it around. Simon Says wave. Simon Says stop. Wave it around, you're out. Simon Says wave. Simon Says stop. Hands down, you're out. Simon Says hands down. Simon Says face each other. Simon Says approach. Simon Says approach. Simon Says stop. Simon Says give you a double fist bump. Simon Says hands down. Face me, please. Face me, face me, face me, face me, face me, face me. Seriously, face me, and face me, face me, face me. Nice. Simon Says face me, and here we go. Supersonic Simon Says. Simon Says up, Simon Says down. Simon Says up, Simon Says down. Simon Says up, Simon Says down, Simon Says nose, Simon Says belly, Simon Says nose, Simon Says belly, Simon Says nose, Simon Says belly. Hands up. Simon Says hands up, hands down. You're out. You're in the finals. What's your name?
Travis.
Say here. Here we go, team 2. Here we go. Here we go, team 2. Here we go. Team 2, hands up. You're killing me. Simon Says up, Simon Says down. Simon Says run, Simon Says stop. Hands up, you're out, you're out, you're out, you're out. Simon Says hands up, wave it around. Wave, if you're waving, you're out. Go, go. Simon Says wave, Simon Says stop, hands down, and you're out. You're out, you're out, you're out, you're out. Move down, please, move down. Simon Says move down. Nice, nice job. Yeah. Simon Says stop, hands down, you're out, you're out. Here we go. Move down, please, move down. You're out. Here we go. Simon Says move down. Simon Says move down. Simon Says stop, hands down, hands down. She is terrified. Look at this face. You are terrified. Please don't be. It's the holiday. Simon Says hands down. You ready? Woo. Simon Says take a deep breath in. Simon Says let it out. Chill, lady. Simon Says put up your right hand. Wave it. Simon Says wave it. Simon Says stop. Both hands up. Simon Says both hands up. Wave it around, wave it around. Simon Says wave. Simon Says stop. Wave it around, wave it around. Simon Says wave. Simon Says stop. Hands down, and hands down. Faster. Simon Says hands down. Hands up, hands up. What are you doing? You're out. Go. You're in the finals! Look at that, you're in the finals! Yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, Simon Says! Let's go! What's your name?
Shannon.
Shannon, Travis, there's only one way to settle this. Simon Says, dance off! Whoa! Easy, sister.
Hey, I got here.
You know what? You're a very good dancer. Travis, pretty good job yourself. And normally I'd have just one winner, but I'm in a good mood because I'm back here in Salt Lake City with the best fans in the nation! So, you are both Simon Says champion! Stay here. Simon Says this for you. Simon Says this for you. Simon Says, want to wish you all a happy, healthy holiday season. And Simon Says, let's go Jazz!